This is Wendy Dorsey. Welcome back. I told you we was going to be live. We're going to go live. We did, and we are. And I definitely want to let you all know this is our first showing of Small Spaces that's hosted by Courageous Detroit Network. Um, we are here in the Courageous Detroit radio station building. And I got some special guests coming on. I know we promoted that Pastor Mark Ivory was going to be in concert or actually in the house with us tonight. And unfortunately, there was some emergency that come up that he could not break away from to be here with us tonight. But he will be coming on another date. So y'all stay tuned for all of that information. We're going to be giving you all that soon. But I had two of my best friends reach out. I reached out to them, and they were both in agreement for coming on tonight to host the Small Spaces. You're going to see some of their music, hear some of their music, see their videos, and actually hear them speak to me tonight about what they're doing out in the music world and who they are. So my first guest that I have coming on is my very dear friend and a Detroit native, Mr. Lamont Dozier. He's here with us. Hey, Lamont, are you here? Can you hear me? Lamont, hi. Can you hear me, Lamont? You can't hear me? I can hear you. Can you hear me, Lamont? Hello? Hello? What can I say? We got all this technology and it works great sometimes and sometimes it don't. We be struggling with it just to get the little minor things going. Can you hear me? Hello? Lamont, are you there? Hey, I can hear you just fine, Lamont. I don't know what's going on over there on your side. Can you hear me, Lamont? You still can't hear me? No? Uh-oh. Can you hear me, Lamont? Nope. He's still having some difficulties over there. Can you hear me, Lamont? No, he still can't hear me, y'all. We're having this is not good. I don't know. We're trying to figure this one out, y'all. But while we're figuring this out, this is just one of the series that we're going to do here at Courageous Detroit Network. We got some other things going on. You know, already we have on Friday nights, we got the crossover music video show with our host, Tracy St. Paul. And she's showing some great videos. And yeah, he's having some audio difficulties right now. I'm trying to let him know we're trying to get it worked out. Okay. All right. Then we will ask you some questions through our text message. Okay. If that works for you, Lamont. Yeah, that's right. He can't hear me. Okay. Hold on. We're going to get you going here. All right. I don't know what's happening on his end. Oh, but I can hear you fine. All right. Let me type this stuff in there. All right. Hopefully he's reading it. Yeah, he's reading it. This is too much. All right. So I something on.
You can hear me? Okay.
I can hear you.
Can you hear me? All right.
Yes,
Okay. I
yes,
can't hear
yes,
you,
yes.
but
Yes. You can go ahead and talk. I can't. I can't keep forgetting that he can't hear me. Uh-oh. What's happening? All right, y'all. Sorry about this. Okay. Yeah. All right. So we trying to work it out.
All right. Hello, this is Lamont Dozier
Thank
Jr., and I am here with the great Wendy Dorsey, and I'm
oh,
so happy to be here this evening. And I wish I could hear everything that's going on, but I'm so glad to be with my Detroit sister today.
thank you. I want to ask him about his upcoming project or projects he got going on. I know he just got back from Africa with um, Kevin. So we're also waiting on Kevin to come on. I'm going to ask him about
We're talking about introducing Lamont Dozier Jr. project that I did with Kevin Flournoy, who was my music producer on that project, and it was an interesting thing. We came out with it in COVID, during the time of COVID. I'd say around late 2019, early 2020, and what we did. I came to Kevin and I said, I want to do two things. I want to do some covers that'll be recognizable, but then I also want to introduce some original music for people to enjoy during this time. And me and Kevin came together on two original tunes. Both of them I written. The first release was "I'm Going to Take My Time," which was written by me, music and lyrics, and the production was done by Kevin Flournoy. And the other original song I did was "I'll Be Here Waiting." And then originally we did two cover tunes of classics, and one was an ode to Dozier Holland, which they did on Invictus Records back in 1972 in Detroit. And we did a song called "Why Can't We Be Lovers?" And I thought it would be very interesting at that point because my father was the original vocalist on the recording with the Holland brothers on Invictus in 72. So we came out with a cover with Lamont Dozier Jr. singing "Why Can't We Be Lovers" as an ode to that, with the son doing the lead vocals on it. And so Kevin said that would be fantastic, and we end up doing a cover of "Why Can't We Be Lovers." And we also did a cover of the great Todd Rundgren's song "Hello, It's Me." And you've heard this cover done by countless of many artists, you know, the Isley Brothers and people like that. They had the occasion to do it. And so we end up doing a cover of "Hello, It's Me" with Kevin Flournoy doing the arranging on that particular tune. And it was just a great thing. And we just had the pleasure, me and Kevin did, we were in Accra, Ghana, and we had the pleasure of performing "Hello, It's Me" live. And we did a live version of "I'm Going to Take My Time" too. So they really enjoyed it in Africa. So we had a great time doing that. And and that's what's going on now. We're going and promoting those tunes, along with Kevin is promoting different songs and projects off of his individual production album of originals and what have you. So it's really a big endeavor, musical endeavor with the K-Flow Show production.
Last month or early part of this month, I think it was, and they tore it up. I know they're going to be going back. So we want to get some more information on Ghana as well. And then I definitely want to introduce the video that Kevin does. Kevin does the K-Flow show out in LA, and Lamont was a guest on it. He has a lot of fantastic guests that come onto the K-Flow show, and they also do in concert. But when Kevin comes on, we're going to talk more about his show and what he's doing. But I would like for Lamont to tell us more about his Detroit connection, because like I said, he is from Detroit. So we definitely want him to tell us a little bit more about that.
Okay, I'll speak to the K Flow show video. I was asked a few years ago to work with K Flow when he was doing some video production in San Diego, and he had some ideas to record a couple of Luther tunes, and he had one like "If Only for One Night" and "Can I Take You Out," and we ended up doing those cover tunes in San Diego for the K Flow show, and we had a ball doing it. We had some wonderful backup singers and artists, Rebecca Jade and Sarissa, and different ones that helped me fill out the production, the vocal production on that song. But it was just a great ode to one of my influences, the great Luther Vandross, on "Can I Take You Out" and "If Only for One Night." And I love the format of K Flow because there's no pretension. It's just us singing on a couch type setting with everybody lending their talents in a very, I'd say, organic atmosphere where everybody's just, it's no bells and whistles or anything. It's just us doing our thing and sharing to the world our talents that we've been blessed with. And it's like a very informal kind of format where everybody's just, hey, Kevin calls out a song and we do it, and the audience can just enjoy our version in its most rawest form and enjoy Kevin's mastery at his arrangements of these classics. So I was able to do, some Luther and some other artists, but those were the mainstays that we ended up doing videos for, was the Luther Vandross classics, "If Only for One Night" and "Can I Take You Out." I saw where you said my ties to Detroit. Well, Detroit is my everything. I came up in Detroit. I was born and raised in Detroit. I came from a very musical family, as some people may or may not know. My mom, when we lived in Detroit, she sang with James Cleveland, and she came up in the choirs in Detroit. And she met my dad. She was at Northern, he was at Northwestern, and they were a very young couple. But at the time, he was releasing his singing records as a young teenage artist, first with Anna Records, and then he was a songwriter. And then my mom, incidentally, was already at Motown before my dad got there, and she was instrumental in getting him over there. And so he began his career as a songwriter with Berry Gordy. Berry Gordy hooked him up with Brian Holland, and at the time, Freddie Gorman, who wrote "Please, Mr. Postman." And then he started his career as a songwriter, and then Eddie came later on in, and they formed Holland, Dozier, Holland. Well, as a result was that I came up in that atmosphere of growing up in Motown and hanging out with other children of Motown artists and would have that. But my true musical instruction came when I was like a preteen, and I saw my sister singing, and she was a part of the Detroit Council of the Arts at the time. And she took me to work with her one day, and I was just like this little kid, but I was exposed to these fantastic artists and great local musicians and people like Mickey Braden, who's gone on to acting and singing. She's a phenomenal Broadway powerhouse. And the great late choreographer Clifford Fears, and just different ones around. I was just blessed at that time to be immersed in the artistic culture of Detroit. And then when I was old enough, I was able to participate in Detroit Council of the Arts. And then I was able to take study in jazz vocal, gospel vocal. And we used to put on shows at Hearts Plaza. And I'm pretty sure some of your listeners out there, if they were involved in those programs, they knew, like, oh my God, it was two programs at the time. It was Kim Weston's program that she had, and it was the Detroit Council of the Arts. And that's played a part, along with coming up in the church. That played a good part of my musical tutelage coming up in Detroit. And that's where I began to pay my dues as far as getting in front of audiences and testing what I had been taught, and just getting to experience being in front of a live audience. Detroiters play such a big role in that because Detroit is such a wealth of talented people. And so you have people that came from very musical families. They were either musicians, or their cousins sang, or their brothers and sisters sang. So it was always a wealth of people around us. And it's just a very talented atmosphere. And it was great for keeping us off the streets and giving us focus and goals. And I've had the pleasure to come across some of my very own friends. We started out as teenagers playing music, and then we went on to do it professionally. On my street alone, I grew up on the northwest side of Detroit. And on my street alone, we end up having like Randy Jacobs, who's a wonderful music director for all the smooth jazz artists right now, and Alex Al, who's a genius virtuoso bass player who ended up playing for Michael Jackson and everybody around. They lived on the same street down from me, and then on the street down over from me, Big Sean, the rapper, he was coming up. I remember when he was a little kid riding on his bicycle. I'm not going to name the street. I'm not going to put him on blast, but we just came from a very talented neighborhood. And then in our neighborhood, we had just the fantastic amalgamation of like the Four Tops and the Temptations, and people were scattered about in our own neighborhoods in the Northwest side, Marvin Gaye and all of that. So it was always around us. I think people look at me and they say, well, what was it like growing up in that atmosphere? Well, it was very normal, because that's just the way it was for me, and that was my normal, and that's all I knew. But it came to play a part in my tutelage when I left Detroit and I started going to other areas of the country like Atlanta and Los Angeles, where the knowledge that I gained in Detroit prepared me where to perform and to succeed in other parts of the entertainment industry. And I am always thankful. I cannot wait to come back home and perform for my hometown crowd or what have you, but because that's where it all came from for me, and that's where it all began. So I see my buddy Kevin. He's coming here. It's good to see him. I can't hear you guys, but that's
can you can't hear us at all? They still can't
yield the floor to the great Kevin Flournoy.
Yeah, I can hear everybody.
And let him say some things, and then I'll you just let me know when you want me to come back in. But I just want to tell all my Detroit people, thank you so much, and thank you for your support. And I really look forward to seeing you guys soon. Love you.
I just love Lamont. He's always smiling, always happy to see me. Like we've been friends forever, you know. But and his lovely wife. It's always great to see him and hear him. And we just brought Kevin on. Kevin is the creator of all this awesome music.
Thanks.
Awesome.
Thanks.
And
Good to be here. Good to be here.
Yeah, I thank you. I thank you for coming out. I don't know why Lamont can't hear us, but I mean we can hear him just fine, which is great. But I'm glad you can hear us.
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you loud and clear.
But, what I want to do, if it's okay with you, Kevin, I want to show a clip from your K-Flow show with Lamont singing one of Luther's songs that I guess you arranged and put together. And his show, Kevin's show is just awesome. You'll never know who you're going to see on that show. And it's be like everybody just coming and hanging out. And that's the same thing we're doing here at the Courageous Detroit Network. And this is the first event that we're having. We're calling it Small Spaces here at Courageous Detroit Radio. So every month we're going to have everything. But I thank you too for gracing me with your presence today. It's always an honor to be around you guys, and can't wait till we get you all here in Detroit. So with this one, we're going to go ahead and play the video of Lamont doing Luther Vandross song, and he did an awesome job. And you'll see Kevin in there playing.
Oh yeah,
and check out the background singers, y'all. You might recognize some people that Kevin has as background singers, and some of the musicians that he's got performing with them. But here it is, y'all, the K-Flow show. All righty.
She caught me by surprise, I must say, 'cause I never had seen such a pretty face with such a warm and beautiful smile. It wasn't hard for me to notice her style. I was fascinated, surely. She took my heart and held it for me. I wouldn't let her get away, not until she heard me say, "Excuse me, miss, but what's your name? Where are you from? And can I come? And possibly, can I take
Yeah, the video's gone. All right, y'all, we're running into some glitches.
Okay.
Yeah, we're running into some glitches here.
Mm-hmm.
I am live. We are here, but I can't get the video back. But at any rate, we just go ahead with the conversation. Maybe we'll run it again later. Yeah. Uh-oh. Where'd it go? Yeah. So anyway, like I said, we're running into some glitches here. The first one out. Sorry, y'all. On not getting everything locked in like I want it to be. We're gonna get it better, I'm sure. But I do appreciate. And Lamont, you still can't hear me, huh? Nope.
No.
he still can't hear.
Excuse me.
There we go. So, anyway, Kevin, we got you on here, so we're gonna go ahead and interview with you since Lamont can't hear us. I know that you and Lamont were just in Ghana not too long ago for a jazz music fest out there. Can you give us a little bit of insight on what happened at that jazz music fest? How did you get there? I know you've been to Ghana several times and West Africa. You've been a lot of places, a lot of times. Well, give us some of how that came about and just really who you are.
Yeah, that Ghana playing music there situation, the seeds were planted long time ago. So back when I was in college, there was a group called Native Vibe in San Diego. They used to play, and I wasn't playing the circuit in San Diego yet, but I had heard of them, and I was sort of fascinated by that style of music, which is African fusion. So they were playing, there's elements of music from South Africa, Ghana, infused with jazz, jazz fusion. I got asked to play at a certain point after college, and I started playing off and on with the group. And that began, and I had said yes to doing that because it was different. I love doing something different. So I like to play in all genres. I was doing reggae at the time, playing with pop groups, vocal groups, jazz, whatever there was out there. It was an experimental thing. So the African jazz fusion was something that was attractive for me to do. So I started playing with Native Vibe, and two of the members, Bill McPherson was from South Africa, and Nisaki from Ghana. And over the years, I started really studying that type of music and got acclimated to what I was supposed to be doing on the keyboards to embellish it myself. In 2008, um, there was an invitation to go over to Africa for the first time, to Ghana. I had been to South Africa shortly before then with Harvey Mason and did some playing, but then I was invited to come to Ghana with Native Vibe. So I just came there as the keyboard player, and we did some concerts here and there. And it was it's called the Ghana Jazz Foundation now, but it was the seeds that were planted that was going to eventually become that later on. But we were doing concerts as Native Vibe. I came back off and on maybe 2 or 3 times after that, and we would do jazz concerts. And then eventually there was a concert at the beginning of the year called the Ghana Blues and Jazz Festival, and that would happen like February or January. Just recently did that for a couple of years. So last time I was there, the leaders there of the festival kind of discovered that I was putting out music myself, and we were at this place called the Ghana Jazz Club, and everybody was listening to the singles, to the singles I had released, and then video footage of the recent K-Flow shows came out, and I was there when they were watching it, and so I ended up getting an invitation to come back and bring my show, and that was a big deal, and that just happened this month. So we went there. They asked for Lamont. Of course, he's on the video, so they asked for him.
Right.
And so I called, Lamont and said, yeah, we need to go over to Ghana and do the K-Flow show. I call it the K-Flow show light because I can't bring everybody yet. I got about 20 people involved. But so we got a Friday night. We got a set to do on Friday. I put together a list. We did a little rehearsal there. And, the end result was phenomenal because, standing ovation after the end. And it was a great feeling. And so this just happened. So we've been invited to come back, but that was the genesis and how I ended up, doing the show there.
Okay. All right. So I know that you were just out in this neck of the woods about a month ago. You were in Akron, Ohio.
Yes.
Down there, and I know they're asking you to come back to Akron pretty soon. So we're looking to hopefully we can get you here to our venue.
Yes.
You and Lamont, because I know Lamont gonna be with you. I know he's gonna be with you. Yeah. So, what happened? Huh? Okay. Yeah. So, we're just having all kind of crazy stuff here. I don't know if it's cold or it's not really cold. We just got snow and it's about melted by now anyway. But yeah, so we we have a great outdoor venue here that we're looking to have you all come out here, and have people come here instead of going down to Shane Park and Aretha Franklin, whatever, down there that people go to for concerts, to have you guys come out this way. But it's really been awesome to being able to come out and experience your art and your craft. And Kevin, I've been knowing Kevin we're going about 15 to 20 years now. I think.
Yeah.
Close to 20 years.
That's right.
And I started. I was actually working for Kevin back then on a project.
You're on the inside.
I was on the inside then. It was fun. It was a lot of fun. Doing that down at was it Studio West we were at in LA in Hollywood.
In Hollywood,
was that Hollywood?
Lake.
Yeah,
Hollywood. Westlake was the first.
Westlake,
high-end studio I started.
Yes, very high end. And
I was getting my education there.
Yes,
Westlake. You were there. Well, yeah.
Yes, I was. Whole step of the way. And Kenji, the awesome engineer.
Oh yeah. That's the.
Oh my God, yeah, the great
you
talent.
around there, Westlake. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Lamont said he can hear now. Yeah, we got you back. All right. All right, yes. That's great. So we all can hear, we all can converse now. But for some awesome talent, and I'm getting stuff on my on my chat for you, Kevin. People wanna have you come on their show now.
Oh, okay, yeah. I'm show ready.
All right, good. Good. Well, they can get your information later. But I have them first. I have them first. So y'all back up. But anyway, anyway, so Kevin, we know that you have a project out that you did with Phil Perry.
Yes.
It's been about a year now.
Yeah, it's about a year, a little bit over a year.
Yeah, and I know that it's hitting big numbers. It's made over 3 million views, and you've gotten different awards and recognitions for it, and it's like all this stuff is coming in.
Yeah, I wasn't ready. But
it's what you wanted, right? I mean, I was happy to see you actually producing yourself instead of producing everybody else, because you were always producing other people. And this time you were actually doing it for yourself, but bringing other people on, which is just awesome, And then this year, this is our second year that we're going to be in San Diego, and Kevin and I are putting together an event. And last year Lamont was there with us for that celebration. It was the 31st anniversary of Kumbha Fest last year.
Yes, that was great. That was a good time.
Yeah, and so next year, this year in May, it turned out really good. So next year in May, we got the 32nd celebration of Kumbha Fest, and Kevin is actually producing that one. For that event, and it's gonna be something just awesome and fabulous. And we'll get to hear was it San Diego All Stars, all of
we'll put together the San Diego, the best of San Diego. And you'll be surprised at how many people. Well, Kevin come out of San Diego. Yes, that grew up in San Diego. That's home. That's my home.
And how many people actually come out of San Diego that have performed with some of the people. Kevin, tell us who you perform with and who have you performed with.
Yeah, over the years, you accumulate a list. If you're doing like 2 or 3 different people per year, 30 years later, it's a long list. And I tell people, so recently, the last couple of years, right? I did in 2022, I was on the road with Shaka Khan most of the year. And so that was the main gig. I'm doing 2 or 3 things at the same time. While I'm doing that, I'm doing spot dates here and there with the Pointer Sisters, which this year the Pointer Sisters are going to be touring. They have several dates, and you'll see them with the Commodores at various places, like the SoFi Stadium and different places. And I'll be with them on keyboards, playing with that group. And then there's, in the jam, I'm doing my own thing, so I got to keep my calendar open so I can do my own solo stuff these days. And so I'll be doing those things, and might get some calls from different artists. But and in the early days, I started off with Ronnie Laws, and then when I got into the vocals, it was the Emotions, Tina Marie for 3 years, Kirk Whalum for a few years. It was a whole Denise Williams, Dionne Warwick, Gladys Knight, and Gladys Knight in Vegas, Dionne Warwick overseas, and the UK. That's like a 6-week tour. Just a whole bunch of different celebrities.
Wow. So I know you have a new release out that you just did a few weeks ago with Ronnie Laws.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're playing all your stuff over here. Everything that I got. We're playing all of Lamont stuff. Everything that I got is played. Everything is in rotation over here. So you heard it here. You wanna pick up this stuff. It's on all the social media platforms. It's on all electronic digital outlets. So you definitely want to go get it. Support my brothers, please.
Please, thanks.
Appreciate it. And we definitely want to have you here in Detroit this year.
Yes,
we're gonna make that happen. I know one or two people with a few dollars. It might be.
We'll be happy to come. Yeah. And I have Lamont with me, so we got power.
Yeah. We had a whole place packed out with all the Doziers of Detroit.
Yeah. Nothing like coming home. Yes, that's right.
Yeah. It's gonna be fun. It's really gonna be fun. But I can't thank you all enough for coming on and being a part of this inaugural launching with all the little glitches that we have. But we're gonna have you come back once we get all the bugs and stuff worked
Yes,
out.
all right.
And hopefully we'll get to have you in here live and and do a little mini K-Flow show here
Okay.
in the
Yeah,
studio.
No problem.
This year.
Nice.
That's
we know
gonna
how
be
to do that.
awesome. I'm telling you, people just won't know. They just don't understand what they're going to be getting. They really don't, And the thing is that I know that a lot of people don't really know your name. They don't recognize your face. They've heard your music. They've heard you play. Because you Kevin was with. Didn't you play in the orchestra for the Grammys? Were you on that?
Well, I did. I did mostly when I first came to LA. I was involved in the orchestra for like American Idol.
Yeah.
And,
Okay.
a lot of TV stuff on CBS and doing tracks. When you hear the music, to go to commercial and it's behind the scenes. Stuff,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's good. And you and I both have a dear friend there in San Diego, Lynn Copeland.
Yes,
Yeah.
Lynn,
And that matter of fact, that's how we were introduced, was through Lynn. And you and Lynn used to play with who? Kevin?
Big Mountain.
Yeah.
The big group. And so Lynn was my first bass player in my first group in college. So so what they would do is like when I went to college, the jazz professor, Jimmy Cheatham, say, okay, we're going to put you guys got to get in a group, a combo, and learn how to play this jazz. And so he introduced me to the drummer, Brett Sanders, and it was Lynn Copeland's first time I seen her, and it was us three. He said, y'all three is going to play together. And there she was.
Yeah.
And we're still talking to this day.
Yeah. Yep, I've done some stuff with her. She had me up in her studio. Yes. I don't sing. But she had me up there reading some things, and we did a CD for the church that we were involved with in San Diego, and it was pretty good. If you listen to it now, it's really good.
No, yeah.
You come back and listen to it like 15, 16 years later.
Yeah,
it's like,
exactly. I love when
we have to do that. We have to play that.
All right.
But it's on a CD, so that's kind of hard. I still have a car that has a CD in it. CD player, which is unusual nowadays. But you guys, I really want to thank you all for coming out, even with all the technical difficulties. But we're playing your music. Your music is in rotation here on Courageous Detroit Radio, where our numbers are increasing, and I know it's got to be because of the great music that I've gotten from you guys, and the more music that's going to come out. So Lamont,
yes,
what do you have coming up?
Oh, well, this year, this is dedicated to some new music that we're working on. And in the meantime, we're fleshing out and promoting the music that was released, because we released it during COVID and we were unable to really go out anywhere and really, really push it. But now that we have the opportunity now to get back in front of live audiences, and the plus side of that is begun to find a life on like Spotify and different other music streaming services around the world, where people say, well, I got your music and I'm being exposed to it. So now where are you guys? And when can we see you live? So this is the opportunity that's presenting itself here in 2024 that me and Kevin are actually getting the chance to get in front of the audiences to do the music that we did during COVID. So that's a blessing, but I'm constantly working on new music and new songs and what have you. And we're looking forward to moving forward with some new stuff, because it's about time. That was like 4 years ago. So over that time, we've come up with some new sounds. And as an artist, you're constantly growing and evolving. So we're looking forward to it. So the year ahead shows just great promise. And we can't wait to get back to the D and them Lions and you and all that stuff.
Well,
it'll be a lot of fun,
We're not talking about the Lions today. Not today.
Oh, come on. They had a fantastic year.
Well, you know what? I heard that they got first pick in the draft.
Oh my goodness.
Which is going to be here in Detroit. The NFL draft pick is going to be here in Detroit in April. Yeah. And next week I'll be in Vegas. I gotta look you up, Lamont. I'm gonna be in Vegas.
Please.
And I'll be covering the NFL gospel choir
Oh
while I'm
wow,
out
yeah, because
there
we got the Super Bowl
for
coming here in a
the
couple of
radio
weeks.
station.
Well,
All right.
all right,
Radio
all right. Yeah, we got to make that happen.
Yeah, yeah. So I'll be out there covering that and some of the other events for the station.
Fantastic.
And so yeah, so I definitely look you up while I'm out there. And but you know, Courageous Detroit Radio, we putting it on the map, and I'm so glad you all like. And actually, this is like one of my first shows that I've done because I used to do my own show, but since I've come over to Courageous Detroit Radio, this is the first one that I've actually done.
Oh, okay. Well.
And so I got two of my best friends,
All
the best
right.
people, the most people I like. You know, there's not everybody you like, but I like y'all. But no, it's fun. It's been good, and I thank you all both very much for
You're
coming
welcome,
on
Wendy. Thank you
and
for
hanging
having
in
us.
there with us. And we're going to definitely have you come back to get some more information because Kevin's always doing something. So, Kevin, what you doing now?
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. This quarter, it's that kind of stuff that you don't want to announce yet, but it involves national TV, so we'll see what happens.
Okay. Inquiring minds definitely want to know over here.
Back, I'll be able to talk about it.
Well, okay, we need to get an exclusive.
Yes.
Okay, all right. All right. So, Lamont, tell us how we can get in touch with you if we need to. If somebody wants to find out where you are, where you're going to be at. They want to book you. They just want you to come sing at a wedding. I don't know.
Well, they can reach me on one of three places. They can reach me on Instagram. I'm at Lamont Dozier _ real. So that's Lamont Dozier for real on Instagram. I'm at Lamont Dozier Jr. on Facebook, and I'm on Lamont Dozier Jr. at LinkedIn. And so people reach out to me for various requests for songwriting and collaboration. So I can be reached there. And if you need to reach out to a brother or you see something that online that you like what you hear, just reach out to me and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. But much appreciated. And thank you for having us on your wonderful show, Wendy. We look forward to being there in person. Yeah.
Thank you so much. I'm looking for some more videos, especially some videos for the music you sent me over. I'm looking for that to come.
Yes,
because we do, like I said, we do have a television network here. And so we're going to be showing videos on our TV. It's a TV network. So we're definitely going to be showing some videos. That's going to be coming up soon. We've even got some connections with Roku. And so want to start getting more stuff. Definitely I got to bring my people on first.
Yeah, bring the content.
Get all of that. Get you all in
we
all
got
that.
Content for you. We got
get some of that K-Flow stuff over there, K-Flow show. All that. We want to get all that on there. All that works. So Kevin, tell us how can we reach out to you? Somebody might want to book you because I don't think you're gonna be playing at no weddings.
You'd be surprised. The cats in LA. I tell people some of the most famous musicians when we're in town, we get together, we'll be at a wedding in the corner and just blowing it out,
Oh, listen.
They're like, who are these guys?
Right, like, what did they spend some money?
You can go to my kevinflournoy.com. That's my website, and you can send a message to me through the website. That's the easy way. If you're on Instagram, it's kevin.flow. So Kevin and .FLO and send a message that way. And then that works. Emails easily is my name too. Kevin Flournoy, the number 100 @gmail.com. And just, reach out and I'll get back to you. All
right. So y'all heard it here. We already heard a little tidbit of something getting ready to come out for Kevin. Hopefully this year. I think we think it's going to happen this year, and I'm going to let you know when they're in the area, when they're going to be in town. But I definitely, like I said, I know $1-2 people with a couple dollars that had y'all come out here over here to Courageous Detroit Radio and have something intimate and just nice. Here during the summer in Detroit. I think it's going to be awesome. All right. So I thank y'all so
much.
You're welcome, Wendy.
Love you.
Welcome.
Until I see you again, either in Akron or Detroit. Well, I'll probably see Kevin in San Diego before. Well, Lamont, you're going to be there, right? Maybe.
Depends.
Lord
On,
willing, yes.
I'll have to give
Well, Grandma said, Lord willing, and the creek don't rise.
And the creek don't rise.
Yeah.
Lamont's coming
All
out.
right, I'm country. Okay.
I'm doing CDA for Humphreys, right? So he's going to come out and sing for the Humphreys.
Yeah. All right. I thank y'all so much. Love you much.
Okay.
Love you too. Thank you. Thank you.
Y'all have a great night.
All right. Okay.
You too. Thank you for having us.
Enjoy the weather.
Okay.
You know, I hate you right now, right? No. I'll see y'all soon. Love
all right.
you much.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye. All right, everybody. That was Mr. Lamont Dozier and Mr. Kevin Flournoy coming in all the way from the West Coast. Just to grace our presence today. We're sorry about the technical difficulties, but we're going to get all that worked out. You're definitely going to see their videos play on our network that we have here at Courageous Detroit Network. And you hear their music on Courageous Detroit Radio. It's already playing. We already have their music playing. And you can look them up on all the social media sites, networks, and definitely go out and support. Please support what they're doing in this music industry. Music should never die. And like I always say, always keep the music playing. Love you much. See you soon. This is Wendy Dorsey on Courageous Detroit Radio. Love you soon. Love you much. See y'all soon. Bye-bye.